This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. This the link up. This the link up. This the link up. Welcome to the link up. Oh. Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Link Up Podcast with your host, Mr. King Kana and Woods here in the building.
Hello.
Yeah, there.
I almost forget who's the third person there.
Hey.
I almost slipped my mind.
I see the pause there, but I was going to leave it.
No, you could have just edited that thing and you would never known. But yeah.
Nah, man, you know, we like give it to them raw. You know?
That sounds like something that needs a pause. that was a slightly questionable statement just now, but I'll rate it in Mr. Khan as well. But anyway, yes, like this actually take two.
one more try.
Had some slight technical difficulties in the first time, but anyway, we want to say the first thing that we'll get to is, apologizing for last week's episode. There was none due to scheduling difficulties and stuff like that, and I think from now on, at least if we do miss episodes, at least we should make like a Facebook post or something to let people know that it's like no episode is coming out, so don't be waiting. And because it's not like we've been relatively consistent in terms of like when we upload. So like it's been Monday or Tuesday
And the latest.
Yeah, for like a while now. But I don't know, just so that you wouldn't be waiting, looking, be like, where's the upload? I don't see no upload. Is there an upload? Did I miss it?
We will try to be a little bit more
concise.
I don't know if that's the right word.
I don't think so either. Anyway,
professional.
Long story short, you can say that, and then just leave people,
let people know if we're not there.
Yeah, because especially next coming months.
But we just sorry.
Yo,
with that side.
I don't want to go to school no more. No.
I don't blame you. School terrible.
We're not having this conversation right now. No. We motivating people to go to school, read books.
I don't want to go to school no more.
Yeah,
but nobody
we're
else.
not talking about this right now.
People can do a thing.
Okay, it's 2018.
Go to school.
You don't need, okay. I
read a book.
You got YouTube that.
Read a motherfucking book. You know
but we got books on YouTube. Why do we need to go to school?
Because people ain't going to be reading books.
Well, we got YouTube, so we got...
Nah, but reading is a necessity, boy.
Get an audiobook.
Read a book.
Yo, to me that's so lazy, Jack.
The only audiobook you should read are books that are read by Morgan Freeman. Regardless.
I listened to audiobooks before. Like that's how I...
Trust me, you have not listened to an audiobook?
It was not read by Morgan Freeman, no.
Trust me.
It was an audiobook.
From
Morgan Freeman reading a Star Wars book? Dog. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want to read a Star Wars book.
But you're not reading it? That's the
I
whole
wouldn't
point.
want to listen to a Star Wars book. I would watch the movie.
Yeah, why?
I don't want to listen to
No, but those stories you don't see.
It's just like
side stories
the Harry Potter
okay.
ones. You don't get the whole picture in the movie.
I know that there's so much other content in different media forms regarding Star Wars. Like that, I had a Star Wars game. I watched Star Wars cartoons. There's the movies. Books is not necessarily the first thing that comes to mind with Star Wars. But
I don't know.
The book that I listened to on audiobook was the 48 Laws of Power.
I want to get that book, but I don't want to listen to it. I want to read it itself.
Like
I think I'm a little old school without concern. I like to physically.
I wouldn't mind it, but to me it's like, okay, I want to read and find out what all's in this. How can I do it? By saving money. And I went and I looked on YouTube, and it turned out that there was an audiobook version of it on YouTube until it got taken down multiple times and re-uploaded by different people and stuff, all of them trying to avoid copyright stuff. But it was there. I don't know if it still is there now or whatever, but I mean...
How long that actually was?
That was a couple of hours. It was maybe like 3. And I think that was like the second audiobook.
A book wasn't long. Oh God, excuse me.
Nah, it's not all that long because it's interesting though. It's interesting. I mean, I'm sure you know what it's about.
Yeah,
and stuff.
Yeah,
it's a very talked about one. But
I want to get into that one stuff. And not too long ago, finished The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That's a bad book. If anybody looking for like other things to read and we haven't read that one yet, I would definitely recommend you reading that one.
Please,
I saw a TED talk on that.
Read it.
Yeah,
on what I feel is that topic. Like there was there was a TED talk given by this lady. I don't remember her name or anything. This was a while ago. I saw it, but she was basically talking about the concept of a fuck budget, and it's like, you know, how many fucks do you have to give type of thing. Like,
you legit had me flabbergasted for my
but budget for fucking? Hold on.
Or like a fuck up budget, as in
it's
like free, like spending money or something.
There's a limited amount of fucks that this person has to give, and if you truly don't give one, it's like you got to understand what that really means. You don't give it no energy to it, not like. It was an interesting thing. I don't remember all the details right now, because like I said, it was a while ago. But
about reasonably the same,
just paraphrasing,
the same concept as the subtle art. He just showing it,
just teaching you about how to say no and different things.
And like
understanding you don't
prioritize
an explanation. If you don't want to do something, you don't have to feel bad about not doing it and stuff.
I like the older I get, the more I really like understanding that whole concept of it. I don't owe you no explanation for crap. Who's you? Once your name is Cheryl or Carl, who's okay? And Ayumi and Tatsuo, because there's the main ones. Once you ain't one of them names, like you, like who's you?
And for me, it's just like I get it, but for me, in some ways, it's the opposite though. Like for me, no was always my standard. I mean, as I feel like y'all would know pretty well. As all the times y'all try to get me to go somewhere and whatnot. Well, maybe it may not be a direct no. It's like let me contemplate. Let me think about it or something like
that. From time King don't say, but all right, cool. One time, then don't even try to look for anything else.
But you see, I trying to change that and work on it as was exhibited last week and stuff like that. And I don't know if that have anything to do with why there was no podcast, but
potentially.
I mean, I ain't trying to let the fans know, you know.
If we being real with it, then you know that's partially the reason.
I actually left my house. The Link Up had left the studio for a bit, and I actually went out as a group to some degree,
as a unit.
Yeah, all the three of us.
But yeah, that was the first time since.
Yeah, that was the first time. That was the first time the three of us actually went somewhere as the Link Up since the Link Up started.
Yep.
Well, we didn't go there as the Link Up, but I mean,
yeah, but
just
how
some kind of flex.
I didn't even. Everybody was a little bit too let's just say busy. So I didn't even get to ask you how you find it was.
It was cool, man. It was cool. Honestly, like I realized I had talked to people that I didn't expect to talk to. Because I'm sure you know, like who was there that in the past there was rumors. We had talked about having a whole reunion kind of episode and stuff with this person before. Not like a reunion, but
like the concept of the potential like hashing things out there.
Let's have the drama episode.
Okay, yeah. No, you're talking about. I legit was like, huh?
Yeah, and
I was surprised to see them there too. Actually, now that you say that.
I don't know. It is weird because it was kind of like a piece knit up conversation. Oh,
so I actually had a dialogue.
Like we spoke and stuff, and I was like, I hear according to me, you know, I forget how exact, cause like I was too on.
I was just gonna ask you how on you.
I'm sure that's why it even happened to begin with, because I was on and I saw her. I don't remember how the actual conversation started or went, and like the day after I was just thinking, maybe I should message her and just apologize I really don't remember.
Say something
exactly like that's what was going through my mind. Like I don't know if I said anything inappropriate or like how that. I don't remember the details. I just remember it being like, so I believe you had an issue or a problem with me, and she was basically like, no, there's no issue or whatever. You think it was more like I saw you post something on Facebook, or whenever I see her, it's hail you, so I don't know why he's necessarily got that idea or feeling from me or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of cool, but I just don't remember the conversation in like specific detail other than like that.
And now it's a little too late to go and be like, so
yeah, I didn't do it immediately the day after, and I just left it alone. So I was like, I just hope that I didn't see nothing crazy.
Too wild, but that was
it's on the internet now.
Yeah.
Does she listen? I don't know. I don't think so.
I would have to ask again, but I ain't too sure now that you say that. You know, we ain't gonna put nobody name out there in blast, but if she does listen, I have a feeling she knows I'll be talking about her. So
Twisha. Now everybody knows.
You know, big ups to
Shout out
Madam.
to Twisha.
Yeah. Nah, I'm not going to call her that. I'm not going to call her that. But shout
That's a code name, man.
to the homie.
I ain't calling her that.
I am. I don't even know who she is.
But that was an interesting night. And that was still a slow night.
Yeah.
But now you just see how we just really like that's a normal night for us. Especially where alcohol consumption is concerned.
Yeah, starting off the night with shots and things like, hey, old man. Like, when I saw the young lady coming with the shots, I was like, oh, this is what's going on. But I guess I gotta roll with it today. And then
usually I avoid the shots, honestly.
Yeah, Woods ain't really a shot man.
Cause they're
Me neither,
terrible.
to be quite honest.
Because they're terrible ideas. Like,
Yes, it is.
I ain't gonna lie, Miss Ben said she get me on this whole tequila vibe now.
tequila's okay.
No, tequila's the devil's piss.
I can't. Maybe I shot vodka. It's
No,
like-
we are shot vodka, but I mean
First thing.
in general that's because Miss Ben said was in there. She's first man
Well,
to be
she-
bar no tequila.
She should have been there. I would have preferred tequila over vodka.
By
I'm sure that added to my lack of memory and stuff.
But you
on
see,
the night before.
that's
'Cause
what tequila
I told y'all before we went. Vodka is the number one cause of me not being able to remember if there are such
Okay,
moments.
but there was only one shot, and I was at the beginning of the night. That was like
But along with
11:30, 12.
along with what y'all left the house with, that was a whole bottle of just vodka and what?
That was happy juice.
Okay then.
That was my happy juice. It was mixed good. It was mixed good this last time though.
I can't.
I think it was a little subtle though.
I can't.
Like it was in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You know what it
I
is.
think that's why the bottle finished so fast.
But no, you know what it is. Don't forget, it was around.
Yeah, but I
Like-
mean, I don't think people would have been drinking it down so fast if it was like tasteable alcohol.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. If you taste it, you'll be conscious of how much you're actually drinking. If it just tastes like juice, you don't realize how on you actually get until you reach inside the club. And then you don't have to spend so much drinks. But then it could work either way. It's either
Okay. First of all, it doesn't matter how on you are before you get into the club. I've never seen these
Not
man
buy
them
drinks.
not buy a shit ton of drinks.
Yeah. Because
And that day was no exception.
No,
when I
that-
checked my bank app and stuff the day after, I look at all the little this transaction, I had a couple drinks that night. Like, I didn't realize necessarily in the moment, but I went to the bar a couple of times.
That's the beer.
Yeah, I was only drinking beer.
Yeah, but that's
Like
the
in
thing.
the
When you
club, I was
drink,
only drinking
when you
beer.
drink beer, that it just goes
yo.
like water.
There was at one point I had like 4 desperados in my hand. I legit had to put down 2 and just wait for somebody else to want to drink because I didn't know people already had roads.
Because I was like, why did you buy 4? Did you buy 4 for yourself?
No,
Like,
because you have to understand how it was. I'm gonna say Bob just to not put anybody name out there. Me and Bob, like I would go, and then Bob would go, and then those rounds were done, and then like Woods don't normally buy rounds, so that's another something too. Woods like went get, my brother went get. So by the time sometimes 2 people would go at a time, and then we buying one drink, we buying drinks for everybody. So at one point, it just come back to like, what we really doing? Yo, it was to a point. My brother was like, "Boy, I can't leave campus now. Are you mad too crazy?
It's not the regular way to be partying.
Are you mad too crazy?" But now, man, it's all for fun. We got enough stress and how to say adult responsibilities during the day and during the week. You know, there's a little time to let loose. Or at least that's what I tell myself to make myself feel better.
Pretty soon, maybe, there'll be another repeat event, man. I'll join y'all again on one of these adventures.
But when this would come out? We recording this Monday. This would come out when? Like Wednesday?
Yeah,
Possibly.
2
Yeah,
days.
probably.
Okay. So that means we'd have in type Saturday. So if anybody hearing this that live in Amsterdam or like in Holland in general or the surrounding area, there's going to be a Wasted party in
Western
Western how do you say it? Western Union?
Uni.
Yeah.
Western Union.
No, yeah.
Go to all the money sending spots. Big jam.
Party. But yeah, so there's that. So a bunch of us going to check that out. If y'all,
No, but where is that? Like,
but it's close. It's close to Western Park. You know where the Summer Breeze parties used to be?
No, I never went to one.
Okay. Boy, you.
So that's the name of like the club self.
Is
yeah. What is it? It's just
It's like
a room,
club.
like a zal.
It's a club.
Is a club self? It's close to Western Park. If I'm mistaken.
I am not in liberty to say.
Oh dear.
Okay.
If I'm okay, let me say that again. If I'm not mistaken, it's supposed to be close to
the restriction.
close to Western Park. They have 3 different zals. So it's a decent location. So it just, I guess, depends on how many people actually show up, how many zals they gonna open up and thing. But yeah, if all you want come through, come out, party. Nobody can say and tell them no more because people when I just be inside the club and thing like, but you don't tell me or you don't show me or you don't leave nobody know. I leave everybody and they want to know now. So yeah,
You're trying to party with the link up.
Yeah, if you're trying to party with the link up,
or you're trying to link up with the party.
or that too.
Either way,
that too. You know,
work.
You could hit me up on IG if you want to know specifics, and then I just give you the rundown on what we plan to do, and then you can make your own schedule from there. Yeah, and things. So that's just this weekend. And next weekend too, since I do this anyway. There's a backyard party, 11th of October, Thursday. It's going to be, I believe, is a Halloween themed edition. So if y'all want to come out and do, the whole costume thing, feel free. But it's going to be at Bitterzoot. So yeah, again, if y'all want to come through and stuff like that, just hit me up. For music wise, it's going to be hip hop, R&B, dancehall,
urban music.
Yeah, a little bit of everything except for techno. So if you're coming for techno, I'm so sorry. Actually, as a matter of fact, you should know me better than that. Anybody listening to this podcast should at least reasonably know me that I'm not going to go and listen to all
all
night.
the people that listen to this podcast that goes to techno parties, press that like button. I really want to know.
Yeah, no. I'm not discriminating nobody. But I'm not going to do it. And parties I going to is not going to have any of those things. So yeah, if y'all want to come through and party, hit man's up. I don't know if Woods coming through next week, but he should be there Saturday. I don't know if King coming through Saturday, but everybody.
What?
This Saturday is thing now.
The 6th October.
Oh crap! Yeah,
I got to spin in Den Haag to all of the people that love Caribbean parties and things.
Yes. If you can't reach Amsterdam, there's another party, Den Haag.
That was interesting.
I'll be probably in Amsterdam later too, but I'll be there first. I can't really talk about that yet.
You ain't got set time yet?
I am not in liberty to say.
Boom. Okay.
You got a lot of secrets in them.
But I am not sure that's what I'm saying now. I am not in liberty to say. Okay. I'm not putting myself out there.
But yeah, so that's a party. That's my promotion party stuff. Which what I actually want to go into first by, because I want to get this Kanye West thing out of the way.
Okay.
So
the Kanye West.
He's a. Let me keep my.
Well, what about Kanye West has you confused? That you see him that you would like some clarification on, or that you feel
the
like
fact that he feel
confused
that everybody on here asked with this MAGA hat crap. I don't understand like how the disillusion. I don't see how because
you didn't see the post where the man had take a picture wearing a Colin Kaepernick shirt while wearing the MAGA hat.
Yo, that was an enigma on its own.
No, that's the epitome of a confused. Like, I ain't want to call him an N-word, but like that's a confused dude right there. Like,
he's a confused nigga. I said it.
Like,
or is that
there are no more contradictory movements on than wearing the Trump hat and the Colin Kaepernick shirt.
Is that not something just to attract the attention or to get people talking and stuff like that? Do you not think that is a calculated something?
Yeah, that's why honestly I I was kind of reluctant to even talk about Kanye because I feel like I'm tired of talking about Kanye and his nonsense. Like, it's getting a little ridiculous now.
First of all, his name's not Kanye anymore.
My name is Yandy. I don't know who this person is that he trying to tell us to call him. My name is Yandy.
Yandy.
That's the new album that's supposed to have come out
Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's what he changing his name to.
No,
he changed his name to Ye. He changed his name to Ye. He just dropped in the Kana and the West.
Yo,
and it's just going with Ye.
I feel like I'm 50. I can't keep up with these things no more.
To me, I feel like there's absolutely no need for it.
No.
Like, Lil Wayne been Weezy, been Tunchi, been
but his
whatever
name
else.
Is still
but
Lil
he's
Wayne.
still Lil Wayne.
He just has these nicknames.
Yeah, but it's the same thing like 2 Chainz. 2 Chainz, Teddy Boy. He have like 2 or 3 others there that I can't remember.
I don't think nobody has more than Lil Wayne.
Like,
nah,
we know.
So. Maybe Diddy. Diddy's the only one that rival.
No,
like,
but he legit changed his name. That's different.
Yeah. I mean, we know Slim Shady, but there was never an album put out under the name Slim Shady. There was never a change. We know who it is, of course, but to me, it's just unnecessary. You could keep your nicknames and still maintain your same artist name, unless you're trying some print stuff where you're being like, okay, we subverting copyright or something, and we trying to rebel and make like that. I feel like there was a reasoning and stuff like that behind his name changed, but unless you're trying to get away, because that I know that has happened sometimes, that artists don't even own the name or they sign away the rights, and that's why they create something else.
Is that the situation with Kanye West though?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't think so.
I mean, yeah.
Yo, look,
he owns a label. If you have a label issue still, I mean, that's your fault, Kanye. You should be signed to your own label that you run, that Pusha T runs since he's the president, but you shouldn't have label issues, Kanye West.
Some people, I don't know.
Look,
I don't want to sound like apologetic for the man either. So
I trying to do this like being adult and grown up thing. So I'm not going to call the man out of his name. But the clips you had played, one of the things you was talking about before we started recording, King, about how the man had feel like he was cyber bullied and all that thing because of the MAGA hat. What the fuck do you expect?
Like, you see, that was exactly my reaction when me and the wifey was talking about this. Cause she said, like, I saw it, and then my whole thing was like, Kanye, ain't nobody cyberbullying you. You bringing this on yourself, but then you want to complain about it. You know what it is that you're doing that have people telling you shit. And it comes to me, they've been telling you the same thing. Like, do we need to call T.I. and have another Ye verse the people track or something? Like, do you still not get it?
I mean, okay, look, from the clips and other people talking about it, from what I understand, it seems, and from like the little snippets I hear from himself, it seems like he trying it from a good place.
He wants to start a conversation.
Like it seems like his heart is in the right place. Let me put it out. If this whole together and unity thing is what he really trying to like promote and get out there, then I could give him respect for that. But Jesus Christ, man, the way you're going about it is completely.
Yes, it's.
Did you hear the whole thing about? This is still regarding Kanye. He was also talking about like we need to take away likes and followers.
That's a good thing you bring that up. I actually could think with that. But then
I don't know. I don't feel.
Because look,
a little bit too sensitive when it comes to that. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I see what you mean with that, but at the same time, let's look at how society itself has changed just because of likes, or what people would do to go like the. Yo, what going on with my English today?
And there's always people with the likes that want to shut it down. That have an issue with it. It's like you got the likes and all the followers and thing, and then there's people who trying to get where you at and stuff to have those likes and followers. To me, that was part of like what you're saying with the changes of how society in some ways has changed since the introduction or the fully embracing of social media like that.
Yeah, because
you got to do it for the likes.
Yeah,
I mean,
and is a little ridiculous the extent. There you go, the extent to which some people would go just for them kind of things. You check. So
shout out to those. Instagram models.
I can't say nothing because I follow some of them. But taking away the likes, if you don't see how many likes somebody have and how many followers somebody have, I think that would make it a more, how to say.
The thing that I thought that was interesting was the fact that Snapchat responded to him and was like, yeah, that's why it was a large part, or that was a big thing for us about the way we design our app, because you can't really see how many friends are. You can't see the information that nobody else on your Snapchat has.
You can't see the score.
Pictures and
the score.
The points and the score.
Yeah, but do you guys know how that works?
The more you post, the more points you get and stuff like that. And there's the trophies and stuff.
Okay.
It's very convoluted.
To me, it's something that I never cared about. Like,
me neither.
The score,
I don't even use Snapchat. Sorry.
To me, the score means absolutely nothing.
I ain't gonna lie. I was in Snapchat like in the beginning, but then I realized, like, especially with like the link up getting a little bit bigger and stuff like that, it's just easier to post everything in one place.
I feel you, but I like Snapchat for certain things. I like IG for certain things. To me, like, they cool being separate. Like, I like the kind of anonymity aspect to some degree with Snapchat. Like, the only thing being that score that means nothing, but you just, okay. To me, because
you're
I know
active on the app.
Yeah.
That's practically all I mean. You're being active.
Because to me, I just noticed that people have really high numbers at that score is people that stay posting the story never ends. The people that you click and click and click and click, and there's still always more pictures, more memes and things. Those are the people that usually have like the really high scores.
I just try not to do the whole meme thing, but on Instagram sometimes I have stuff that just had me dying.
I don't think I've ever posted a meme in my life.
Oh, I definitely can't say that.
Like, I just see them and scroll past.
Shit, I made my own at one point.
I know, I made a meme for you back in the day.
That was, no, the IKEA one?
Nah,
that wasn't a meme. That was just a
flying fuck. Something about a middle finger with wings.
Wait. It wasn't a meme. It was a flying fox something. Look, what is a flying fox something?
I don't know what it said.
It was thing. I can tell you exactly how it was. It was like clouds in the background, and it was a big middle finger in the middle with wings, and then the text on top was, "What is a bird? Is a plane? No, it's a flying fox that I don't give."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel I was smart at that point. I find that was clever.
How many years ago was this?
By 2011.
This was a while back. Yeah. I remember
that
the
post
picture.
sounds like something would come out in 2011.
But yeah, I tell you, I'd feel,
I mean, it ain't bad. You don't want to see what I was making in 2011.
No, not you for sure. Yes. Not you for sure.
If you find Invader Zim funny,
my tallest. But yeah, Jed, with the whole Lexington thing, I find I would make it a more even, for lack of a better word, even rounded social, especially when it comes to Instagram. But then at the same time, it kind of takes away, I guess, the hard work other people did to actually get those followers and stuff like that.
Like,
would that make sense?
To me, it's an interesting thing. Like, if it were to be applied to all social media, that you just couldn't see that information, likes and followers, that how much likes somebody gets, how much followers they have.
I thought it was more in the sense of that you can turn off, like,
you have the option to turn it off
with your own, like, so you can hide the amount of followers.
To me, I feel like if it's not across the board, it defeats the purpose. Like, yeah, okay,
elaborate,
cool.
Please.
You're one person that we can't see, but still the rest of the world playing by the same rules. And to me, like, the point that Kanye was trying to make with why it would be good if you couldn't see it is because there's a lot of people that kind of get their validation from the amount of followers they have. And you often see, like, for example, if Kim Kardashian posts something, somebody with millions and millions of followers, but somebody with 3 followers responds to something, is like, oh, you only got 3 followers. Who the fuck is you? Your opinion is now invalid because you don't got no followers. And to me, that type of, like, mindset and the mentality that only the people with a certain amount of followers, your opinion is valid because you got these amount of followers.
But then that kind of goes to what I was saying there just now. It takes away the hard work that people had to do, because if you somebody who constantly posting like smart shit or like dope stuff or dope content, and you gradually build yourself over time, then
you would still see it in the amount of likes in the comments. But then again, what we're going to hide the comments?
Yeah, but we all if
you that was part of it as well. Like
Yeah, but
the
I think
follower,
that's
because
like- that's
all
like
of those
going-
things.
No, but I mean that's like going a bit too far. Like for example, let's say we hide the followers, so we can't see how much people following that person, but you can still see the amount of likes the picture gets.
Yeah, but the
Are you
leg,
going to hide the likes too?
the legs don't correspond. I mean, both of us, all three of us here have social media, and I think is a decent something to say that the likes you get don't correspond to the amount of followers you actually have.
No, I know, but let's just keep it like this. So let's say, for example, we're talking about rich, like not rich, but famous people, for example.
Social media influencers.
Yes, they get like from 1,000 up. Like someone can look at that and then be like, oh, okay, I can estimate there's like so many followers.
That's why I believe, to me, the way it was being talked about is removing the both of them, because we live in a culture where everybody doing it for the likes, and that's part of what Kanye was talking about. Or
At this point, I mean, if it's going to data scream, then it's better to just don't use social media.
That's what Mahal from the Joe Budden podcast was saying. If this is such an issue, delete the fucking app. It's not that hard. Like, you have control. If you're tired of people cyberbullying you as you feel that people are,
because I find it's
two
very
things: stop
simple.
wearing the hat or delete your social media, Kanye. It's not hard.
Yeah, you see that's the thing too, because like I was saying, it seemed like he coming from a good place and all that, but you can't.
Nobody wants to love Donald Trump. That's the thing that Kanye seems to be missing. Kanye keep telling us, try love. Saying fuck you is not the answer. Try love. Nobody wants to love Donald Trump.
Technically,
Kanye.
he's
That's the
right, just with the wrong
How can
pussy.
you love a dump?
Yo, they got some strange people in the world. You don't forget they got dumpster divers.
He has his supporters and
They
all
got
of
something
these
for
things.
it's got something for
They
everybody,
don't love the dump. They love the rest of the food that's in the dump.
but it's in the dump.
That don't mean they necessarily enjoy the place that they have to go to get the food at. Like, I think they're trying to get food.
They
I
wouldn't
think
take the dump home.
No, these is people. Okay. Let me rephrase that then. The people I talking about then.
the people are just looking for junk and grow things so that they can repurpose them and refurbish
That
them.
and the
all
people
of
who
that type of
legit to
vibe.
be like going through garbage for food and to like cook it later and stuff like that. Like there has a community like that. And to me, there's no way you going to look through other people's garbage unless you have some kind of like affiliation or affection for that. Cause there's other cheaper ways to get food, Biggs. I'm sorry.
I mean, that's the cheapest. It's free.
Bye.
That to me that's a hell of an extreme, but a hell of an extreme.
Bye.
That's not even Japanese extreme no more. And their man is extremist. Shout out to all my Japanese people listening.
Oh yeah.
But somebody was making a point on Kanye.
What the fuck?
That was me.
God.
That was me trying to connect with my like. That's
Yeah, leave that alone. What you was saying?
Somebody was making a point on Kanye. I don't remember. I forget where exactly the conversation was going, but I don't know. We got sidetracked. Into
What else
talking
is
about
new?
before you mentioned dumpster diving, something was being said about Kanye.
We were talking about the likes and this shit like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I know, but I forget what specifically about that.
the whole like people validated and feeling validated because they have a certain amount of likes.
Oh, you mean the Donald Trump?
Or just
Yeah,
not.
we were talking
Ah,
about
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
Kanye. He can't. But yeah, that's what I was saying. But this man don't seem to understand that you can't control how other people are going to react. And
That's one thing.
that like just because you want to put love and try to love somebody who continuously show that he's just trying to separate and divide people, that's your prerogative, that's your business, but you can't automatically expect everybody to jump on that bandwagon because use Kanye.
How can you love somebody that, like, regardless of the story, wants to put a rapist as a judge? Alleged.
Yo, I've been seeing now in the news, and we're not going to go into this because I know you and King go talk about the rest of the podcast about this crap. But that whole judge thing, that's ridiculous. That I anyway, like I said, I ain't going into that. But with God,
5 minutes.
go ahead.
5 minutes.
Go ahead.
Nah, it's a very interesting situation, that whole judge thing. I personally don't know where I stand necessarily because, like,
I gotta be honest, I don't know what's going on.
But I looked at 3 hours of that.
Well, so okay, so, no, I can't ask you to give me a summary. King, a summary.
I can give you a summary.
Yeah, your summary is still a whole book.
Trust me, it's short.
Okay.
So basically, there's this judge
Kavanaugh
that
who was
the
nominated.
Republicans
Mm-hmm.
nominated to be this
Wait,
the
what?
Supreme. The Republicans
No, what that word was? What did they do?
nominated.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you had said something else.
And you see, now you're making my story long.
I can take fault for that. Instead.
So they nominated this man to be the Supreme Court pick from the Republican side to represent the Supreme Court in states.
Mm-hmm.
And when that happened, a bunch of allegations started popping up.
As of what?
Of this man,
This some Ford woman.
She was the first one. And she alleges that he tried to rape her back when she was 15 years old. This was happening in the man's freshman year of college. No. High school or college, can't remember.
It was in high school.
High school, yeah. And the thing
Well, she
about
was
it
in high
is,
school. I don't know where she was in high school.
yeah.
Okay.
He and another friend went into a room. This is still alleged.
Alleged, yeah.
Covered her mouth, raised up the radio, and tried to take off her pants.
So
And in between that scuffle, she managed to break free, run into the bathroom, lock the door, and eventually then ran out. And the thing, what makes this very different, like usually I wait and get all the information, but she already told this story to a therapist in 2012 and mentioned the man name.
Okay.
And there was no, like, she mentioned it and she didn't do nothing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
The only time she come forward now was not even to convict him, because he's not going to go to jail for this. This already, the statute of limitations are already passed. He cannot go to jail.
So there's a statute of limitation on rape?
Yes. He cannot go to jail.
How
That's interesting. I saw a lot of people saying that there is no statute of limitations on rape, but
Attempted rape. He did not rape her.
Okay, so assault.
Yes.
So there's statute of limitation on assault then?
Yes. This is the same thing. Like, remember
with Bill Cosby.
The
reason why he couldn't get tried for any of them.
Exactly.
So that's why he only get 3 years.
Because that's the
There's
only one.
Andrea Constant.
Yes.
Okay.
There's only the one person that they actually the 3 to 10 years was related to that one case. Yeah.
Okay.
All the other ones were just like to collaborate her story, but they could not take their story into consideration.
Okay.
So what happening now is that because like the way this man also reacts, like it's a whole story.
I heard something about
basically,
how the first 5 minutes he'd like, get upset and then cry and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. It sounded to me when I looked at his reaction, it sounded like a privileged white man asking why am I getting accused.
I can't comment on that part specifically because I didn't watch the full hearing and stuff like that. I saw little clips and certain pieces when certain questions was asked to the both of them. But to me, from what I was able to gather from the different things that I saw, to me, there's red flags on both sides, in my opinion. There are certain things in her story and how she was telling her story that's like, you can't, like, I don't even want to go there too much in detail because I'll be accused of victim blaming and all of these type of things. I don't know how many feminists there are in, like, as regular listeners and stuff. But to me, there is no evidence. She presented no evidence, basically. She told her friend or whatever, her friend denied any of this altercation. There was other things where there was so you witnessed that he and his friends then been gang raking people, but you still intend on going to these parties, which makes me think, okay, it's one of those things where you might have initially wanted it because you know how they just get down, you know what they're about, but then later you decide, okay, I regret this, it didn't go the way I expected to, and then it turned into rape type of thing. I know that was very anti-feminist of me to think and all of these things, but to me, it's like...
when it comes to the friend, she did not say... Ford did not say that she knows.
And there was lots of things that she forgot as well.
Yeah, but
the Ford woman stuff, like there was lots of things that she couldn't remember.
She could not, but that makes like she was fifth. Like we are, like put
exactly why you shouldn't have said nothing, and you should have said something at the time when you probably couldn't remember all the details.
But the thing is, like, no, you can't.
If you don't even know properly.
But remember, look. First of all, what makes this whole thing very relevant is that she said she went to a therapist in 2012, where this man was being nominated for nothing. And told the exact same story to a therapist with her husband because they were having problems, and that was the main issue because she was assaulted.
How they know? 50. How they know she talked to the therapist? Then like they got some kind of law. Records. No, but they ain't got some kind of law that the therapist can like.
Yeah. But when it's a case like this, certain files can be requested. If it collaborates,
I guess if she gives consent and stuff like that as well.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. What was it? Was the term patient confidentiality? Something like that?
This would be a very elaborate master plan. To go to your therapist at 2012, say the same story, and then wait until this man goes to like it's so convenient that it's like no, like okay, this is something else. This is not just somebody.
Like this is something we gotta look out.
Yeah, we can't disregard this lady's story.
Okay, so now what impact her story going to have on this man being nominated?
Now they're doing a FBI investigation because
they're actually doing it. You know that there was
a lot of... she wanted it and he did not want it. That's also a red flag, in my opinion. Why you got to hide?
True.
If you didn't do anything, then you would be open for them to do anything.
To me, he was already being investigated for some other thing.
No.
I saw a lot of... Like I say, I can't comment because I didn't watch the entire hearings and stuff that went on for hours.
There was even senators that were asking him, like, okay, like if you want to,
do you want in the
and it's like
investigation?
He does not want to answer that. He's like he goes around it, like, listen, do you want to do an investigation? I am open to anything that the committee wants to do. Do you want to do open an FBI investigation? Man just stays quiet. Does not answer.
Like,
I don't look.
To me, there's a lot of reasons for that.
I can understand, like, but in that moment, because look, he's not getting convicted. He cannot get convicted. So in that moment, if you really have nothing to hide because you cannot go to jail, everything right now is opinion based. Because all of these hearings are for the public to see. And if you're reacting that way, she did everything. She did a poly test. She did everything. And she opened to the investigation. He's not. He doesn't even want to do a polygraph test. And then he, as a judge, said that a polygraph test is a good tool to use to decide like certain outcomes in a trial. He said that as a judge, and now when he's on the chair sitting down and people asking him, he doesn't want to do it. So there's a lot of things. But anyway, that's the story.
Like, I can't say nothing about what he said before, but I just know that polygraph test is pointless, basically.
Yeah, it is.
So, but like, to me, that ain't necessarily a big point.
I understand.
I saw the clips of the man was saying, this inadmissible. I ain't really necessarily too excited because it's inadmissible. These things that don't hold up in court because... Yeah, but we know that there's ways around it. You can be trained how to fool polygraph tests and all kind of thing.
But what I'm saying is the hypocrisy in his own statement when it's another person's statement. When he's a judge and he's
I would get
judging
that.
other people, and then you understand. So it's just like there's a lot of things this man like this.
Okay, all I want to know: can Trump get impeached by anything this man say?
Look, Trump. What this man has no real connections to Trump. The only connection he has to Trump is that Trump nominated him to be the Supreme Court judge.
So in other words, we spent too long on this.
But it's a good thing about it. If this man does not get passed now, if something comes out during this week that the FBI is doing the investigation, the Republicans cannot. There is no time for the Republicans to nominate a new one and then get one in before the Democrats. Because look, the election is coming in November.
And that's why I saw a lot of people in comments saying regarding this situation that it's all a plot by the Democrats and whatnot because they're trying to ensure that the Republicans don't get to ensure their
I
nominee.
understand that theory, but that theory falls flat if you look at this girl.
Stuff.
Yes,
True.
it falls completely flat because this girl did not even. She was when she sent in this story. It wasn't when he was nominated to be the pick. It was when he was considered to be one of the nominees.
Mm-hmm.
So all she was doing was actually to prevent him to become the nominee. Because they had multiple people and she sent this in while he was being considered.
That's not that yet. Like she had the letter or whatever.
Yeah.
That was sent in.
So there's a lot that yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
True.
I honestly didn't care enough to look too deep. Like I saw a lot of people talking about it, but I didn't care enough to go and look at the actual hearings to see what these people say. Because I'm like, how much does this actually matter in my life to some degree?
Yeah,
Yo,
it doesn't really. I just find for me it wasn't really a Trump thing. It's just I find this whole story interesting and just to see how this thing will play out, especially with the whole Me Too movement and things. So it was just for me to see.
I waiting for a panel to come out and say that somebody, a woman in high position, sexually assaulted him.
I mean,
I was just gonna say Terry Crews, but then I believe it was a man. Because Terry Crews
so.
had come out and said that he was
no. I waiting for it to be the other way around because
there's probably cases like that, but when we talk about position in power,
it happened to Peter and Family Guy.
Mm-hmm.
You remember the episode?
Mama talk on tuna. No, but I mean,
you read.
I would not be shocked that something like that happened. But then again,
when he bossed touch him, yeah.
But the thing is, like you talk about women not coming forward. If a man get molested by a woman,
but you see that?
No. I'm just saying, no, dog. Listen.
But you see, your reaction is what's fucked up with society.
So be it.
Straight up, your reaction is what's fucked up because it can't happen.
There's double standards, yeah.
It can't happen.
A man would not,
It can't happen
because I would just be curious as to what were the circumstances that he got molested.
You never know.
Because
suppose the man say no and she still touchy too.
No,
that's assault.
I mean, it doesn't have to be that.
Cool.
It could be like, just imagine if a lot of girls going to the gym doing a bunch of things right now.
Yo,
if it's like a Xena looking warrior princess type of girl.
Let me show you something. These fitness man leave them kick you. What about the squats and leg they about to be going out, leave them kick.
Like, to me, like the main thing, I'm not saying it can't happen because especially like with the Me Too movement, the main thing that they emphasize is the power disparity.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
That's the main important factor in a lot of these situations. That is not just necessarily about the sexual nature, but also the power that they was.
If you don't do this, then I have control.
Yeah, stuff like that. It has to be like someone that's so high up in a position of like power in a certain field. Just that like.
But the things that just, for me, when it's the other way around, there's just a lot of things that make it very unlikely. In fact, the being that part of the Me Too movement is the extension of just the feminist movement in general that is all about fighting for women, getting equal rights and stuff like that. And there wouldn't be a need for that if it wasn't so many men that occupy lots of these high positions and things. Not in all industries, but we know in most industries, it's usually a man that's a manager, a supervisor, the CEO, whatever and stuff. There's just less women. So the chances of it happening the other way around is significantly less on average, I would say, in most professions.
Mm-hmm.
But aside from that, the power disparity to me is the main thing because if it's not in a situation as in like an office, if it's not coming from somebody that's like a superior that's in your field that controls your livelihood to some degree and stuff like that, in those type of situations, to me, that's more where I feel like my reaction is appropriate because it's like there's nothing stopping you from getting away from this situation. If there's no like, this is your boss type of thing, I don't understand it.
Okay, so then let me ask all just to play devil's advocate a bit. If y'all was given the chance, if you're actually given a chance, would you if you have a female boss? And she happens to tell you,
you need to record this one. So?
Yeah. I want to get this one. I want to get this one live.
Mm-hmm.
What if she's like, you gotta put it on me or you get fired? What you would do?
Well, Depends on what does my boss look like.
Wow.
I would quit. Honestly.
So you wouldn't give it a tool?
No.
Well,
Let me explain why. Because the moment you do that, the power she had on you triples.
mm-hmm.
Probably even quadruples.
Mhm.
And it would not be a fun working environment for you. Sleeping with colleagues is not a fun working environment anymore for you.
Yeah, but
Just imagine sleeping with your boss.
that's different.
And also in that type of
So can you sleep with your colleague
that type of
You
environment.
sleep with your colleague then?
It's never happened. I never had the opportunity presented to me to be able to. Yeah. Trying to think back on all the jobs I've had in my life, but nah, that's never. It's something that I saw on TV, and it was something that I was kind of fascinated by, like the office romance and the people going into the side room and stuff like that to do their thing. Like to me, I was like, real life, this don't happen. That was always my thought because it never happened to me.
Oh,
Like, I ain't never had no chick want to.
yeah, but by the same time, you never had to run from like bombs and things like that. You know, don't mean like shit in Syria ain't happening. You see what I mean? You get the correlation with that.
Wow, you don't think that's a bit of a stretch, though, Kana?
But I mean, still, it's not happening to you. So like, you wouldn't necessarily think that it's happening to.
But
Okay, I mean,
there's certain things like there's a documentary and there's like TV. I know that's happening. Like I can see that's happening. Like it's not like
okay,
something
yeah.
that's only depicted
Okay,
in fantasy fiction TV
It might
series.
have been a little bit extreme, but it was still relevant. But either way, you still didn't answer. So you wouldn't tool the thing, Gary. You wouldn't tool out your boss if she had to give you the ultimatum.
I get where Wood's coming from. I definitely do, and it's true. Because it's like the reason why we don't negotiate with terrorists. The reason why if somebody
that's bullshit. Because they still always do.
To some degree, yeah. But if somebody trying to extort you, the minute that you give in is like, okay, cool. They ain't gonna stop extorting you after that one. If I know that you gonna pay me 10,000 every week or whatever for me to not expose some embarrassing pictures I have of you or something like that. The minute that you pay me,
with me, or you don't get your paycheck.
Okay, but you're still in.
like to me, it depends on this. Do I have other work? Can I afford to lose this job? Because that's the main thing. That's the main reason why lots of people didn't report Harvey Weinstein and all of these other people.
Okay.
I mean,
like,
if
is this the same like how the women have it?
I'm talking about in this situation right now. If that will happen in this time period, sorry for the owner, no. This is not a time period to try your luck.
You know, we kind of had make a whole big deal when King had say it depends what she looks like, but I kind of lean in towards that. But it would be a funny situation because I agree with what you're saying in general.
It would make valid points.
No, he did. But then I thinking like knowing myself, yeah. I guess it would depend. For me personally, it would depend. If it's a job where I want a career in, then no. If it's let's just say like I work in Pizza Hut and my manager happened to be fine and she was like, yeah, if we do this thing, you could possibly get a higher raise or promotion or whatever, and that's just for a short time or whatever, for however long I do it, and that's not a career, something I want to stay in, I think I did. If I just being honest with myself, I think I did.
Like, just to be honest as well, like there's certain scenarios I've always thought about, like, that would be interesting, you know, like the older woman type of, like with a teacher, for example, being in high school, there's certain fine teachers and thing, and you would think about that, or like, be like, what if, you know, this and this were to happen?
If we talking about high school, then there's no question about it. How I was back then, I definitely would have. I definitely would have, because we had some young freaky teachers back in when I had high school, and just because I was like just entering high school, not necessarily like the senior class, why, you know, nothing would ever happen. But I hear some stories from the older fellows in the senior class, and whew, I wish I was them at certain points. But yeah, but
all I could say is I know they had some young attractive
every time
teachers.
I hear something from your school, it's like all of these random stories.
you hear nothing yet. But my high school was was an interesting time. Let's just put it out. It was a very interesting time. But I don't know, but like, is to me, like I was saying before, the whole reason like King had moved on away with the whole men getting sexually assaulted just because it don't seem physically possible. Like, I'm sure it has happened in the workplace that because of the whole social stigma, men being weak or being called a pussy because, you know, you have a girl coming on to you and you saying no and you want, you know, all them kind of things, they gonna get shunned. Not shunned. Okay, in our way of saying, they gonna get trip on. Hard. Like, I'm like, even though I hear like advocating for like equal men rights and stuff like that, I be one to want to do it too. I ain't even gonna lie, like, yo. so you say no then. So you wanted it. that would be me, Jack.
Like, this whole conversation reminded me of a post I had seen recently on Facebook where it was like, to summarize, because it was a long post. It was basically like this, I don't remember if it was a teacher or lecturer or whatever. He had this exercise he would always do in different classes or when he given lectures and stuff. And it's basically, he would ask the men in the room what measures they ever took to prevent against sexual being molested or sexually abused or anything like that. And it's like, looking at the reaction, most men would just laugh and be like, is this a real question? Or be like, you know, not go to jail. That's probably what they do in a joking way. You know, that's the only time that a man actually thinks about that. And then you ask the women the same question, and look at the different list of shit.
Is really crazy.
And all of that is part of the reason why, to me, it is be like, when I think about a man being molested, I react in such a way because these are just the facts of being a man. Generally speaking, you ain't never thinking about being molested or raped. Like, to me, a lot of what
unless you go jail, yeah, like you had said.
Yeah.
But molesting is not just like legit having sex, but that's also something.
No, it's like is groped and so. I mean,
against your will and stuff like that.
Been
But
groped, last week.
Then technically he was molested.
Was it ever in a threatening way where it's like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Are you gonna die? Is this person gonna rape me? Has that ever been the thought after like some chick in the club touch you?
Nah.
No. I'm sorry for your belly, by the way, if you heard that.
That's just the point I'm making, is like the threat level, the feeling of danger associated with a man being molested versus a woman being molested is just different because we know, like, biologically we're stronger sex and stuff like that on average, you know? There's always, I guess, the Xena warrior princess women y'all talking about.
Leave one
Amazon looking.
But generally speaking, they are not the norm in comparison.
Next question then. If one of them girls actually had to hold on you, would you fight or would you give in?
You mean the Amazon?
Yeah.
How big is she?
She's Amazonish.
Like she like necessarily like
in height,
taller,
muscular, like
all length.
But let's just say
is she my height?
I mean,
because I feel like that's a big factor.
Isn't my height your height?
I don't know. More or less the same.
So let's just say,
is she our height?
Yes.
Yeah, she's about our height, but
muscular.
Yeah,
more muscular than all of us.
Would you fight? Yo, this yo, look at
I just trying to like picture what this
just so tense now. It look like we making fun of rape situation. Please, people, don't think that we making fun of
this
things.
Is a hypothetical.
Yeah, this is legit. I don't hear it.
This is an Amazonish fantasy.
I don't hearing the girls. How are you making fun of rape? Yeah, no, that's not the doing here. We just had
a very serious conversation.
I don't.
The whole topic.
I don't take rape lightly.
Everybody saw.
Still, on that note, would you fight? Would you try to fight, or would you just give in?
Bye.
It's a difficult one, no?
I don't know, cause like the reason I asked for height, cause I feel like if she shot at me, even if she more muscular, I feel like I could still potentially take her.
But you know, give you a good hit in the gut, you're gone.
Yeah. I don't know, like,
but and we got that big weak spot now.
Maybe it's still the misogynist in me, but I feel like I could take her still. Maybe it's the misogynist in me.
I think that's true. But then again, for us,
I'll at least try resist.
Okay, not to say I have any experience with sexual assault, but going off of the stories I've heard and logic, I think it would be harder for a girl unless she's doing anal and stuff like that. It would be harder for her to rape us, whereas in like intercourse is concerned, than the other way around, because we legit have to get aroused with the it have to get hard and stuff like that.
Hold on, listen. If this girl tie you up, take out that dick, start doing things with that dick gonna stand. It doesn't matter the situation.
Ooh, so but for real, Chad. Suppose you like tie up, like restrained, can't do nothing. All of a sudden, she just giving you head.
It depends.
Sexual assault, right there.
Ooh, interesting. Yo, that's legit. That's legit a tense case now, a tense case. Because that next question is, would you actually get hard?
Yes, you would.
Not necessarily, no.
Exactly.
Yo, some fellas is more mental than physical.
Okay, I understand that.
How much are you fearing for your life in that moment?
No, but the thing is, like,
those two thoughts don't coexist in the same.
What you have to keep in mind, and this is going to be a very rough story to talk about, but we're going to talk about it regardless.
Oh dear.
There's been a lot of stories that I've read that when man get raped by another man, even though he's not sexually interested in man, the tool will still stand. With that said, if that happens in that scenario, then I for damn sure can believe that if a woman be doing something in a similar vein, it will be easier for your tool to stand. If your tool can stand under that distress, then it should be able to stand on that distress.
Yo, that's rough. So you mean the man getting hard while getting it in the bum?
You see, I haven't done much research into that phenomenon, so I don't have no counterpoint or I don't got no facts on this. So honestly, that is indeed the case.
Yes,
like.
Oi.
And the thing is, for the man them that go through that, it's a very fucked up situation, because then
that's traumatizing.
When the whole thing's said and done, then they even start to believing that they are gay.
I mean,
because they had an arousal. But that's just
wow. Okay.
Yep.
I sorry I even bring that up. What the fuck are you hearing here today? And
sometimes reading is a bad thing. But anyway.
I mean, knowledge is power, but some ignorance is bliss too, boy.
I know. I said I was sorry before I said it.
Okay, you know what? Let's maybe we should just, move off of this just a bit.
We cannot end on this topic.
No. So, in St. Martin News King. So
I hear trying to find a picture because
oh god. Okay, so while King looking up that, I want to what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Want to shout out everybody that actually came out to the USC Sports Day. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, the link up was not able to attend. But I heard a lot of good things. I saw a lot of the posts and videos on IG and stuff like that. It seemed like a lot of people had fun. It seemed like the event went good. So I just want to say shout out to USC and especially Siddharth. I hope I pronounced your name right. And Edwina. Big them up, and we like to thank them for trying to get the link up incorporated with the whole event. It just didn't work out this time. Hopefully for the next event we could do something together. And yeah, just shout out USC again and big ups on the whole sports day thing.
Okay, and like I find articles and stuff like that related to what it was I was talking about, but I didn't find the exact picture. I didn't save it on Facebook, but
okay. So while King's still looking for two things, I'm gonna give a little.
We don't necessarily need the picture
because nobody can really go
see it. But I mean, just to show y'all at least. But basically, like the French president went to St. Martin. I don't know his reasoning for making this trip. Like Because I saw that he was going to French St. Martin, but I really don't know why. I assume it had something to do with maybe checking up on the state of things after Irma and stuff like that.
I would assume something like that too.
So you mean Macron, right?
Yeah, Macron. Macaroon.
Macaroni?
Whatever this dude name is.
I feel he was going that direction.
Frank Macaroni.
Yeah, like just some of the pictures of him and he went French Quarter and thing. And apparently, like the main reason I bring this up is because there seemed to be a lot of controversy and stuff, even like from French media articles, just international outlets and thing being like, how is it that the French president is taking this type of picture? Like, because there's a picture of him with these two dudes from French Quarter and St. Martin, a place on St. Martin, for those who may not know. Like, and one of the dudes got throwing up some what looks to be like a gang sign, and the other dude got his middle finger up to the camera. And like,
okay, I don't know. Look, was the president the one that posted those pictures?
I don't know.
That's a good question.
I mean, look, I
assume it's whoever it was with him
there,
and stuff.
But I mean, like who, like how many, like is the president there? I'm like, look.
I mean, from the pictures, it was like there was multiple people in the room, so it could have been that maybe is like while they was posing for a picture, one of the official pictures or whatever, somebody else from another camera with who was in the room or whatever took that with their camera or something. Maybe that was the case, but I don't know. To me,
yeah, like
I mean, from a I guess an image perspective, obviously that don't look good. I don't know, but knowing them French Quarter boys, they really don't give a shit. So like the whole middle finger thing, that's the pretty much clear representation of the attitude.
Because those pictures look like pictures that the president would put.
Yeah, those were the regular ones.
So we have to like stop with these fake news, dog.
No, it's not to say it's fake news, but
no, I mean fake news in the sense that the president is the one to post that. I highly doubt that.
No, I doubt that too, but I mean the picture is seen and he is the president, so they want to have some kind of
not a picture there.
Okay. They want to have some kind of professionalism, I guess to say, since it is the president.
But one can argue that shows the president has a human side.
Yeah.
That he is not just,
and it shows the real side of
he's hugging a black man and he ain't got a strange face on his face.
Yeah, the man looks comfortable amongst black people.
From what I was told him, what I saw,
potentially trending looking black people, he looks comfortable.
Everybody like greet this man with
respectfully.
And like there was like people had loved the fact that he was there. It wasn't no from the people itself. Then from the island itself, there was no
hostility.
Yeah, none whatsoever. So
it seemed like there was a lot of people that looked at him in the same way, like as a human. They felt like it was a good thing to see him coming amongst just the average people and not just sticking to like the nice areas and stuff like that.
Hey, that's a very good point. Because I know a lot of people that wouldn't set foot in French Quarter.
I wouldn't go French Quarter. I'm just saying, I'm not the president, and if I don't know somebody in French Quarter and I'm going by that person in French Quarter, I'm not going French Quarter because I know what goes on in French Quarter and stuff. But I've heard stories because I don't know.
So the
moral of this story is ignorance is bliss now. President don't know what's going on in French Quarter.
I'm sure. Impossible.
He had security with him.
Impossible. This man went FQ, one of the most notorious districts on the French side, and nobody ain't tell him or at least give him a heads up. Yo, this is what possibly could happen over there.
But also, like that picture, the one with the middle finger, looks like it legit looks like
you're joking around.
No, but it's not even that. It looks like that's the man's normal pose of taking a picture, and it's just a natural reflex. The man just
Let me think first before I make this statement. Before I be a hypocrite.
You thinking if you ever did the middle finger thing?
Yes, I think you do.
The middle finger?
I feel like I know I was a E person. That was always
that was always me too.
You never took a group picture and then someone just take a middle finger. And
but I talk about me specifically.
No, but everybody did a middle finger together.
Nah. I know people that have. I know people that do the middle finger pose when pictures are being taken, but I
don't do it all the
personally
time,
don't.
But it has to be a group effort thing. Like if we all decide on we're gonna do a middle finger,
You don't want to be singled out.
I do a middle finger. No, I mean, because I don't usually do middle fingers. I don't even use my hands when I take a picture. I smile, lean forward. Done.
I really don't like to take pictures, period. But only the past like 2 years, I've been trying to like
embrace the social media.
Yeah, all that. So like, I already don't know what to do with myself in pictures. I don't like how it come out. So
next time,
for me
to be like
nod and wave. Just see what happens.
I realize I have this thing in such a way pictures my head always on the side. I don't know why. Like if you look at a lot of pictures, like
it's been a while since I took a picture.
You mean had a picture for the link up last party?
We did.
Nah.
Yes,
we had a video recorder.
We had a video.
Oh, I mean,
yes.
Like I hold up the phone and stuff, and I was just trying to see. Okay, is everybody in it? Can they see that the entire link up is here? It was dark.
But I don't know why I was saying that. Why I was thinking about it in the first place, because to me it don't make sense. But then
the finger thing?
Yeah, like you don't have like. I just watch Facebook and I see like the fellas, especially I'm going to say especially in St. Martin, because that's where like most of my network I guess is from. So like the younger generation, them man like the pants sagging and like
what you gonna do?
What
they G.
Yeah.
I mean that signifies how G they are. Don't you know?
Okay, so that's
were you not aware?
That's no, I was definitely not aware. I was definitely not aware. But then as I say, I don't remember taking a picture like that. But I mean, I was obviously 15 and 16, them kind of ages once. So I mean, I wouldn't put it past me if like other people was in it.
I was never a particularly obscene person until later in life. I mean, most of the that was something that a lot of the Ebenezer people made fun of me for quite some time. Like
cousin.
I remember Rijmar talking about like he just make a big deal about the first time I hear Gary cuss about like I had a time I type some bad words to the man. The man left his house. Like this was MSN days. I was talking to the man on MSN. The man left his house, made conversation, come knock on my door to be like, "This is not Gary." The man was like, I could not believe. I was waiting on a response. Like I sent a message, I'm waiting on a response.
How long is the walk from his house to your house?
By like 5 minutes.
It's not that
5 minutes tops.
Still, I was like, yo, you could have just typed to me, dog. I was talking to you, the man leave your house.
Hey, at least he was looking out for you to search this. Because you know, suppose somebody hack your stuff. He was just making sure that it was you.
Yeah, but it's ridiculous. But I don't know. I've never been all that has to say. I just never been an obscene person. So the middle finger thing.
Yeah, we kind of
honestly, like I wasn't really like that either.
We kind of get sidetracked with that.
But do y'all feel like it's a bad look for some man? Do you feel it's disrespectful?
I mean, out of all the pictures that I seen, that's just only one picture like that. And if everybody focusing on that one picture, there's something wrong with the priorities. That's all I got to say.
Nah, I wouldn't say.
I wouldn't. That the negative thing would be the highlight, though.
Not
like
only
the
that.
Same way how everybody talk about Nicki and Cardi fighting.
I mean that in general.
It was a fashion week. Everybody talking about Nicki and Cardi fighting. Certain things, the negative trumps, whatever,
okay, I know,
other stuff that might be around it.
I understand, but in this context, it's about a bunch of pictures. It's not like with the Nicki and Cardi B thing. That's drama. Like yeah. With this, just a bunch of pictures, and all these pictures, you're gonna focus on this one picture.
Yeah, that's shit. But then I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say show St. Martin in a bad light. Maybe show French Quarter in a bad light. I wouldn't
say, look, it was them. It wasn't all of St. Martin. It's just them niggas.
Yeah, but was that even in French Quarter? Maybe that could have been somewhere else too.
I think it was. I'm not sure. I'll need to actually read it.
But anyway, regardless of what it was, it's not a good look.
This would have been hilarious if it was like some two partners from the Dutch side were like, yo, we gonna fuck this shit up. Went to the French
side. Like we could create a battle for the French side.
Sabotage.
That's petty. That's so petty shit.
But it's not a good look. It's not a good look in general. But to say that is a bad look for the island or for the French side itself, I wouldn't say so.
No.
I find it's more, to me, the more important part of that whole thing is the fact that he went to those areas.
Yeah.
I find, but then, you know, I would like to think I'm a logical and educated person at times. So that is just what a normal and educated person I feel would think.
Would you argue like that is not just showing the reality.
Yeah, but that's not yeah. I would to a certain extent as well, and I wouldn't say that's necessarily a bad thing either.
Yeah, this is remember the whole conversation.
There's a lot of people on Samana with the mindset that be that who take the middle finger pictures and it's just like a normal.
Wait, no.
Hold your crap.
Yeah. You're holding that sack, you know. It ain't complete unless you're holding that sack.
But that's the whole thing. Like, even remember when we had a conversation with Mario, and he talked about everybody's always focusing when you think about the Caribbean, you only focus on the beach and the beautiful side of the island, but then you don't look at the culture and then the hood. And honestly, like, even like Jamaica, when you think about Jamaica, you think about island. It's an island, but I don't think about beaches when I think about Jamaica.
I think what?
And that's actually a beautiful thing.
I ain't gonna lie. If you say Jamaica, the first thing I think of pasa.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of things that come to mind when you think of Jamaica.
I mean, okay, weed too, but I mean...
Like, I just think...
For me, it's just the culture. Music, like, the culture, yeah.
I think reggae, I think dancehall, I think Bob Marley, I think weed, I think...
The culture, the way they talk, the way they dance.
Stuff. Yeah.
Like, there's like... But I find like Jamaica is one of the most real... Like, when you think about like a representation of the island, like... Before you reach there, you have like an understanding of what you're going to expect.
You think so?
Yeah. These people don't hide. Like they don't. Yeah. They promote what they are.
Would you say Jamaica is one of the most dangerous places in the Caribbean?
Yeah.
I think that's a perception thing too. It's just like Jamaica in the Caribbean. Jamaica is one of the countries that exports their culture, their music, and stuff more than anybody.
I think Trinidad would be a close second.
Yeah, that's the only.
And that's only lately in the past like 5 years, I would say.
Like, I don't know, Puerto Rico, Cuba, those is like size-wise things that could rival and kind of compete with Jamaica. But
you don't really hear about the crime and stuff like that. Well, Puerto Rico in some okay, but you know,
the last things I was hearing about Puerto Rico was all that happened with the hurricane and stuff. And
but I think
in relation to Trump and the not. That was another thing that was in the news recently.
What?
Some of
3,000 people died.
No, that he was saying there was not 3,000 people.
Yeah, first he was claiming it was 60. There was 60, and then then it was updated to 200, and then when they legit did the count, then it came up to 3,000. I am not going 4, back on
that orange apple, but hey,
that was not the intention.
You get it? But
I did not actually, but okay.
Me neither. I was just hoping somebody.
Why is he an apple?
I don't know.
It's an orange.
It's supposed to be orange, but you know. Anyway.
Linguistically today.
Today
is not your day.
No, Jad. No, but
what you were saying about it? It's a wood stick?
What was saying?
You were saying some.
Oh no, I had no. He's talking about something else. I had posts on my IG. I had tried to be a good friend and like help support other people. So I post my shit, but then I tagged the wrong person. And then and then he started laughing at me. But like, you shouldn't laugh because that's something you do. That's what I pull a woods.
It happened to me before.
That was the first time it happened to me though.
Like, I had a time I was gonna tag one of my homies, but like, he and his father have the same name. And I accidentally tagged his father in it.
I hope it was.
I hope it was something PG.
Yeah, I hope it was.
Not really. Because there was some music and there were certain things that was talked about and stuff in that music.
Did you ever hear back from the father?
I deleted the post after I realized, because 2 seconds later I realized, this is not the right person.
Okay, I realized.
At least you realize it. I didn't realize it until the person who the wrong person who I tagged messaged me back. It was like, what's this? So I was like, oh shit, my bad.
And I think the funniest thing about the whole thing is he just left it. You just left the original post and he just
like
updated.
70-something people see it already. Why take it away from why take it away?
It was an embarrassing joke.
No, so I just went back and be like, excuse for that mistake. It was actually this person you're supposed to contact, and leave it at that. But anyway, wrapping up on what we originally was supposed to be talking about, I don't find it's a bad look for St. Martin. I respect the president for actually coming through. I sure as hell don't see the king or queen of Holland going in Dutch Quarter or Belvedere.
I mean,
or Middle Region.
I agree. That's.
So and as a matter of fact, we can actually compare the two, because when the king came, he was in town. He was in Maho. I think Sxm
all the nice touristy areas.
Yeah. Okay, let me not say that I know exactly where the man went, but according to what I was reading and what I was told, he didn't go to those areas. So I, commend the French president for looking out for all he people and not just
the ones with a little more financially.
Yeah, not just Marigot, like them kind of places. So I find it's cool. I legit find is yeah.
Soft claps. You deserve it.
One last topic to wrap up before we leave here and then.
Tell I.
Did y'all all listen to Wheezy Project?
Nope, I don't have time.
That's how he talks.
Okay then.
No.
You know, you got me kind of regretting bringing up this topic now.
Yo, we can close it out. Like it's 1:20 though.
I mean, that's also
no,
possible.
no. But honestly,
Not to spend too much time on it.
I was waiting on this album for a long time, and I like it.
So you feel he delivered? You feel satisfied with the output?
Yeah, because the thing is, every time, okay, honestly, there has never been a Lil Wayne album that I didn't like. It's always his mixtapes are like hit and miss, but a lot of them have been misses. But till this day, there's not been an album that I say I hate it.
Interesting.
So you had like that rock album?
No. Listen good to what I said.
I mean,
The Carter albums.
The Carter album. Okay.
One Carter.
I didn't hear.
To me, that is the.
But technically, that was the Rebirth was supposed to be the Carter Rebirth. He realized that the Carter brand and what this project was gonna be, since it was like rock and stuff, that it wasn't necessarily the best idea.
But that is,
and it just became Rebirth.
Yeah, but that is still him realizing that I can't label this as the Carter.
I agree with you to some degree, except to me, I wouldn't. The only reason I would agree is because Lil Wayne put out so many mixtapes, it's impossible for them all to be hits.
Mixtape king.
It's too many mixtapes he put out. So if some of them going to be like, all right,
many.
I love Wheezy
song in my head.
Like I love Wheezy mixtapes. Like No Ceilings to me is one of the best projects the man ever dropped. Like
whoa, what was that one where he compare he guns to Macarena? The man say one name Mac, one name Rena, hit you make you do the Mac. Yo, I gonna never forget that line. The first time I heard that, I was like,
yeah, that one is cool, but it wasn't no real G's moving silence like lasagna. It wasn't no real G's moving silence like lasagna.
Give me the Macarena line any day. That when I heard that, I was like, okay. I mean, I understand the concept and the whole thing, but I guess I don't know. Maybe the Macarena had like resonate with me more.
Man got a hidden.
I think it was like one name Mac, one name Nina. Hit you, make you do the Macarena.
Yeah, that. I mean, La Bega technically is a Spanish name, but that's Spain Spanish, not Latin. It's a difference.
But that's a bit, yeah. You doing the wachanga or something?
So
you thought the project was good?
But yeah. Okay, look,
I didn't listen to
it. I understand this man. Like he's apparently breaking some records and stuff like that from streaming wise. From what I
because everybody was waiting almost a decade for this shit.
But look, I would not say his album is the best album of the year. It's not.
It's like Charlamagne.
But it could charge that just because of the hype. Just because of the hype, the album.
Okay, so reasonably listening to it, y'all think it lived up to the hype?
Yeah. I wasn't, from what I was expecting, yes.
The thing is,
like,
I had no expectation for the Carter 5. So for me, it's like, yeah, it's cool. It's not but it's cool.
You see, me not necessarily being like a big Lil Wayne fan, then again, and not really a big fan. Okay, let me not say that. So me being not really a big Lil Wayne fan, I have a feeling if I have to download it, I'm gonna be like, okay, you take so, like, this is what everybody was hyping up about. But then maybe that's already me going in with preconceived notions and stuff.
Because you can't say that before listening to that.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, I wouldn't hold it to such a high standard as everybody else because I'm not such a big fan. But at the same time, it's like the amount of time it took for this to get a release. But then again, if you know the backstory, like it's not to say it didn't take so long because of production. It took so long because of legal and shit.
And then it's also 23 tracks.
Yeah, but I go into
too much.
Some people releasing 7 tracks and calling it.
He should not have.
I understand, but I think
he shouldn't have did 7, but he should have leaned a little closer to that.
Like 14, 15.
Yeah,
range.
23 is too much, which is reason why, main reason why to me is like,
but
it's not the greatest because there's too many weak points because of how many songs there are.
If
there was less, and just keep it focused on like, yo, dopest shit. Because to me, there's types, like mixtape Weezy and album Weezy is 2 different Weezys in my opinion.
Yep.
And to me, there's a lot of mixtape Weezy on this. In my opinion, like from,
but I thought that was the best Weezy.
No,
it depends. To me, like,
I guess personally and the mixtape.
To me, the biggest critique that there has been against Lil Wayne his entire career is Lil Wayne don't rap about shit. Yeah. What is the topic of any Lil Wayne? What is 6'7" about?
The only song.
What is a Millie about?
Yeah,
like. These songs is huge Lil Wayne songs. Yeah. Even Tree Pete and stuff on the Carter Tree. Like there's a lot. He just rapping for rapping sake.
Bedrock had a team.
Yeah, but
that one maybe. Yeah, but
the song that
the
has
amount
the team,
of songs that Lil Wayne has released.
Compared,
yeah. The only song that has a team in this album. Okay, there's a couple.
Like
but
the
one
broken one,
but the Mona Lisa with Kendrick Lamar.
And what would you say the theme of that is? Because that was one that to me was like, yo, you went the wrong direction with this. That was more lyrical exercise. Like, you just rapping for rapping's sake.
Let me come back to that.
Rapping or rhyming?
Let me come back to that.
Same thing. Like rapping. If you rhyming, you and rapping, you telling a story.
I could have swore there was a story in that thing.
Okay.
You telling me a poem or something like.
Well, I'm going to try to get some time to listen to it and get back to all my opinions.
It's a good listen.
Like,
I still have to download Kamikaze.
True.
That's also a good listen.
I still have to download Kendrick.
You need to. I know, Kana. I know you ain't gonna listen to this, but Woods, you need to listen to Lupe because that's the album that I've been listening to. That's why
I've had it in the background.
Like, Dan, no, Logic. You see, you're doing it the wrong way.
No, I understand.
You can't listen to Logic before you listen to Lupe.
Listen. I understand. Lupe is a fucking G.
Because Lupe is a much better rapper than 90% of the dudes in the industry.
Yes. You're like King. You're just saying because Logic white.
Logic biracial. He been telling us he half black for like 16 albums.
But Logic, like, what's his hit with Logic? Logic's good, man.
Cause you white, that's
I think Logic better than Drake. Hands down.
Rapping?
Yes.
Yo,
he does rap more than Drake.
Drake is a hit to me. Yo, I wouldn't. Drake is a hit maker. I don't necessarily put him
Drake
in
rap. He just does not do it.
The issue to me with Logic is the same thing that they has, like the same criticism Joe Budden was bringing against Eminem recently. Like, you rap for rapping's sake, but what are you saying? I felt like there's very little. Maybe I haven't listened to the right projects, but I did hear good things about this last Logic album. Like the Wu-Tang Forever song, that's the one song I heard of it so far. But
fucking great.
And even that to me was disappointing because the best members in Wu-Tang is Method Man and Redman, and you had no Redman. Where was Redman? Method Man was on it, cool. He got everybody else, the affiliates and stuff.
But how you gonna dog the man for the features? Maybe we don't know the situations. Maybe you couldn't get the man. Maybe you couldn't get the man.
You could have leave all the rest of the Wu-Tang people off and keep the best rapper.
But maybe you could have get the man for it.
But why are you dogging the man for that?
Because
no, you can't do that with the man.
I tell you, the King is deeper than just that. It's deeper than that.
But you can't just dog the man. But anyway, you can't because it's your opinion.
I like Logic about certain things. Cause there was this one project one of the few projects that I listened to.
That's funny. No, Logic.
I don't remember the name of it right now, but it was really cool because there was a whole narrative created around the project and stuff like that, where the Earth had died and there was like these people. He was talking about like a colony of humans and stuff that survived after the Earth that was living out in space and thing. And the way that it was done, they had like certain skits throughout it that was like script that was being acted out, and Logic wrote the script himself and stuff like that. I find is really dope, and it's like apparently there's more to the story aside from what you just hear on the album in the skits and thing. But that type of thing I find cool. It's like Childish Gambino did something like that with because the internet project, there was like a 90-page screenplay or something to go along with it that further explained the story that was happening on the album and thing. I never read the screenplay, but the fact that you're doing some shit like that, that's dope.
Yeah, well, that's all. That was always been Childish Gambino's like schnish.
Childish Gambino different, but
yes.
Logic. The reason I don't like Logic is because artists I like more than Logic don't like Logic. Being Joyner Lucas and Tech Nine. because there was issues and stuff over the Sriracha song that features Joyner Lucas, Tech Nine, and Logic. And issues was like, okay, so we trying to make like a really rapping song, and then you can go and freestyle your verse, and it's like we really, you know how Tech Nine does rap, you know how Joyner Lucas does rap, there's like that type of flow, and then you just fuck the song up. That was like what it was going for, and you just said you can freestyle and rap slow and thing on the last verse. And it's like maybe you felt okay, you couldn't keep up with what Tech Nine and thing was doing, as well as to me, a lot of what Logic does not come off as genuine. To me, it seems as though he's very conflicted, and he's like, I feel like he was raised white but black at the same time. And I mean, he is biracial. He keep telling us that. But to me, it seems like somebody who's very conflicted. Certain moves he does make, the way he does talk about like, yo, he don't want to be what a rapper is, because to me, it seems like his approach or his values of how rap is perceived came from white people. Like the certain things that are stereotypical that we know lots of rappers get involved, whether it's flashing money or bragging and stunting, like when he mentioned these things, because he just don't do it too, but when he talks and explains it in interviews and things, it's like, I regret it. Like he's still trying to kind of be perceived as like, or be accepted by the white people to be like, yo, I'm not just the stereotypical bling rapper or just bragging about things. Like it seemed like he just doesn't know what it is that he wants to do, because he does it, but then he speaks so reluctantly, or like kind of. Isn't that what you would expect for someone that's black and white at the same time? J. Cole, Bob Marley.
It was a joke. Like, it was a joke.
You.
I don't fall into that camp. But I understand what you're saying, but like, trust me,
it's like
it kind of falls more into that kind of.
Either be Macklemore or go be J. Cole or something. And even the whole like the thing with the 1-800 whatever
Fuck
number.
You, by the way.
I mean, it's a fact.
Fuck, I see you.
Even the whole the suicide hotline thing that he had make his album or whatever, ideas that was stolen from Joyner Lucas and thing like that, and that's part of the reason why Joyner Lucas don't like him and thing. And then he do this promotion, the performance that was recently at whatever award show it was.
Awaken the Beast.
I'm just telling you why I don't like
Logic.
Yeah,
okay, I understand. But I did not know. I didn't know all this backstory.
And that's kind of why I don't like Logic. He can rap. He can rap.
Because like, for me, that's the only thing I focus on.
Honestly. It's like Eminem. Technically, he can rap. He's been showing you like his technical ability to come up with punchlines, try different flows, multi-time, double time flows and stuff like that. Yeah. He can do that. I know he can do that, and he does it pretty good. But his voice, along with all those other things, is what just be like. But yeah, this one's a little longer than anticipated.
Kind of just zone out. That's why I was like, okay.
It's the last 10 minutes that we talking about music. I mean, you gotta allow the last 10 minutes.
It's been a while.
Y'all go. I can't. I don't listen to. I definitely don't listen to Logic.
The message I'm gonna end off with is listen to Drogas Wave, which is Drogas Wave. Yes, the new project from Lupe Fiasco. It's great stuff. Great stuff. Much better than, I'm sure, the Carter and Logic album. I haven't listened to Logic's album, so I can't say, and I haven't properly sat with the Carter Edom.
Look, the Carter is a good album. I am not calling it the greatest of all time album. It's just a good album. It's an enjoyable album.
He made a mistake trying to out-rap Kendrick, though. He made a mistake. The direction that he went to on that song was like, no. You just embarrass yourself.
Why?
Because Lil Wayne cannot out-rap Kendrick.
Yeah, but I enjoyed both raps. Why is it like, I understand it's rap, it's a competition, it's part of the
minute that you have two people, the minute that you have two people on a song,
why can't you all loving each other?
It depends on the topic of the song, because to me the song, it was a lyrical exercise. It felt like a mix. What Lil Wayne was rapping about, there was no story. Maybe I missed the story because I only listened to the track once or twice. Maybe I didn't properly digest what the intention or the meaning was behind that song. But to me, it just came off like, this is a mixtape track where it's like, okay, cool. I hear this beat. Let me think of what's the dopest shit I can say. But it's not really like, there was no concept or story. And I felt like that would have been the only way.
So he didn't say anything. He was just talking.
Yeah. And I felt like that's the wrong thing to do with Kendrick Lamar in particular. Because Kendrick's still new. We still impressed by what, we don't know what all he has to say yet. You still impressed with his flows and different things that he coming up with. He's not been around for half as long as Lil Wayne has. Where we heard every like Lil Wayne, you inundated us with so much music. I'm sure people have to get tired of you to some degree. And I feel like that's what happened.
Are people tired of Vibes Cartel? Excuse me. Are people tired of Vibes? Because Vibes is the only man that I know can talk about the same shit for a decade, and people gonna still run the song.
West dancehall as well.
But then it's like
everybody be talking about.
That's why there's people like Dexter Daps and Alkaline and all the newer crop of people that starting to get shine, because it's like, yeah, we respect Vibes Cartel as the OG, similar to Lil Wayne. Like I was looking forward there in the Carter 5 because Lil Wayne is Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was one of those people you grew up with, and he dropped so much music, you had to like some of it. I feel like everybody has at least a couple Lil Wayne songs that they like, simply based on the sheer amount of music he dropped. And Vibes Cartel, I feel like it's similar. He that OG that got that respect, that put in a lot of work, but he in the Drake spot right now.
It's like what you were saying. Like Lil Wayne don't have no, like he just rap for rapping sake. Like what you were saying.
He just rhymes words. Story is what I want from him. Like,
Cartel,
who are you?
Cartel have a theme.
Yeah.
He have a story.
No,
legit.
No.
How you mean? No?
When they got beat up, that was a girl.
Yeah. That's his story. The man coming to beat up the king. Like what?
That's a story, really.
It's a story.
I guess. That's what we call it, stories. You told me the same story 20 times already, 100 times already.
And we still listening to it.
I see, that's what I'm not. I'm a terrible judge of anyway, because I don't listen to dancehall in general unless I'm out in a place that's playing dancehall.
Okay, but I know I listen to dancehall more than anything else.
I listen to rap, that's it.
No,
primarily in my house, rap and R&B is what's played.
But it depends on the day.
R&B is because of the wifey most of the time. If it's up to me, you will listen to rap every day, all day, nothing but that pretty much.
Makes sense. But nah, man, you'd hit some R&B from my window from time to time.
That reminds me, I still gotta listen to 6 Lack new album. I haven't gotten around to it yet.
Yeah, I hear a lot of people talking about that.
East Atlanta Love Letter.
I hear a lot of people. I see a lot of people posting it on the IG and quotes and all that.
The first 6 Lack album was really, really good. In my opinion, I really like almost every song on that project. I really like. So like,
I had this
one about the second one.
I had this one chick I know that was completely obsessed with him. No, is completely obsessed with him. I just anyway. But the man's, things about that time.
Yeah, 1 minute and 30.
Yeah.
Yo, honestly.
0 and 30.
Yo, honestly, this one went quick.
Yeah.
By the time we was 48, I was like, what? Already? But yeah, like usual, if y'all have anybody specific y'all would like us to bring up on the show and talk to, let us know. If you have any specific topics y'all would like to hear our opinions on, leave us know as well. Again, just to reiterate, if the next 2 weeks, if y'all choose or want to come party with the link up, or part of the link up at least, hit me up on Instagram. And for those who in Den Haag, don't forget to check is Lux again?
Yes, Club Lux.
And you're gonna find DJ The Chosen.
What's The Chosen?
Yes.
Who is The Chosen?
Yes, I am.
King, you got shit to plug?
Make sure you check out Real and FBR, the 2 tracks that have been released from the Tree Conscious Cats. Thinking of dropping another one soon, but this one ain't actually a new song, but it's just to make sure that this one is on Spotify and the other streaming platforms as well. Lion's Mouth, y'all might have heard it and stuff. The song talking about GB and the dump and all kinds of stuff like that. Just the general state of affairs and smart and politically and stuff. That one going to be added to Spotify and all of them stuff pretty soon. So look out for that. Just got to finish, some artwork and things for it. But yeah, and that's coming soon. Check out the songs. And this a plug that helps me in no way, but make sure you check out Drug Ass Wave by Lupe Fiasco. Lupe has been dope.
Spoken like a true fanboy.
The man been dope and slept on for too long.
I don't have nothing else to plug.
So yeah, Woods. How are your mixtapes doing?
Oh, due to some work-related circumstances in terms of man busy,
Man, I need to get paid as well.
I'm busy with some productions in the background. The company that I represent outside of DJing. DJing has been climbing up in terms of work and thing. So I have been really busy. I've been working the whole day this morning, and once I leave, I'm gonna be working again. So
man's on it. Man's
on
busy.
it. But the mixtape coming out, and there's a track coming out as well. Hopefully by the end, on my birthday, it's gonna be a track releasing. That's in November.
I was just gonna ask.
And
Good thing you asked.
it's going to be something. But
Okay, you can
stay
say
ready for that.
You can say who will be on it.
Me.
No shit, Sherlock.
No, but I mean legit me.
So you rapping? You singing?
No,
what happening here?
what these DJs doing now, like putting some ad libs in it.
Oh, okay, Swizzy.
Yeah, but also like
We the best.
making like a chorus. Not like a chorus, but then I got a heavy voice, so I can pull off a dancehall.
Just don't start screaming.
Yeah,
Why?
but it's not just about the heaviness of the voice, the accent. How convincing is your
No, but-
dancehall accent?
No,
vibe?
but I'm doing it for the Dutch crowd. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
They don't know what dancehall is on there?
No, it's not that. They like almost any island accent.
Yeah.
Like once you got that island accent,
I am not going as a Jamaican artist. I'm going as an Arubian.
even though they probably gonna ask you if you're from Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yo, you know how many Dutch people don't know semantic?
I mean, we've talked about this before.
Anyway,
With that said,
yeah, with all that, King.
Yeah, I think everybody plugged everything that they needed to sufficiently. So with that being said, we'll see you the next time we link up.
Bless.
blessing.
Deuces.